Hello, everybody. My name's Derek Vargas. Today I'm talking about my strategy number 3, in which I'm going to be going over one of my favorite strategies to do, which is gallery walks. And in my table of contents, it's going to be quite simple today. I'll talk about gallery walks, go over some of the current literature, provide ways to use, and give an example. And in the end, I'll give you a list of references in case you want to read more about the subject. So, what is a gallery walk? Basically, students get up from their desk and they look at multiple stations, sometimes desks, but usually posted around the room or even outside of the classroom in the hallway. Students think and discuss with their peers in small groups. A lot of times they'll fill out a graphic organizer to accompany each station so they stay on task. And usually after viewing between 4 to 6 stations, they'll discuss as a group. A lot of times they'll do presentations about their findings, sometimes on a poster board or a PowerPoint. And a lot of times they'll come up with their own evidence about things based on the information they saw. Going a little further more in depth here, gallery walks is considered an active learning method. The students are uncovering and discovering new information, and they're organizing the information and describing and discussing it with their peers. They do emphasize collaboration and communication between peers, and I love it because it enables both independent and peer learning. I also like it because if you look on the web's depth of knowledge, gallery walks, when you use them correctly, you can actually use all four, right? Begin with, they're going to organize and classify information. Then they can draw a conclusion, hypothesize, compare, and investigate. And then finally, they can use all the information to create plays, create PowerPoints. They can even um, make their own hypotheses and theories and back them up with evidence. So it's a fantastic tool. So gallery walks are obviously fun, which is fantastic for students, but I also love it because the literature points out that it improves critical thinking, communication, students' ability to evaluate information. It improves student engagement and discussions, and it improves classroom management and increases their responsibility and peer-to-peer discussion. It also has significant academic gains, performance, and improves students' speaking ability. It also improves cooperation and independent learning. Lastly, it improves student memory, engagement, and decreases boredom. So some ways I've used this in the past, I've used it in a lot of ways, but some fun ways. I printed out 6 of the theories of the Salem witch trial, which covers different reasons they might have done what they'd done. Students completed graphic organizer. Then they worked as CSI investigators to develop their own theory or back up one of the 6 theories and present to the class via a PowerPoint or a poster board. I've also done the same thing with the death of King Tut, where students work as CSI murder detectives and submit their theories for why he died, be it a chariot race or he was murdered or an accident. There's lots of theories. Each of the stations had a different theory, and students picked the best one, compared and contrast, or made their own based on evidence. But to keep things quite simple for today, I'm gonna go over a gallery walk, which I would use for grapes, which I love using for world history classes, anywhere from 6th to 9th grade. I love using this tool. Grapes being geography, religion, achievements, economic, social structures. I use it for every ancient civilization from ancient India, ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia. It's a great way to analyze each of these civilizations. So usually I have a little bit more information on these, but to keep it simple for the PowerPoint and to make it fit on the slide, as you see, I have Station 1 Geography. I like to put key vocabulary on it. However, other times I have graphic organizer where students fill in the vocabulary, have a little bit of information, and then questions students can answer as group. As we see, the Nile River was quite important because of water, transportation, and fertile agricultural land. And as they're going through this, they're filling out their graphic organizer, answer these questions, and discussing them with their peer group. And when they're done, we can discuss them as a group. And as you see, Station 2 is on religion. Obviously, it was very central to ancient Egyptian. They had a belief in many gods. Right there, the key vocabulary polytheism, and they believed in afterlife and practiced mummification and questioned what is polytheism, how did it shape the religious practice, why was mummification important, and what did the pyramids serve of. An additional gallery walk I could do after this one or before is a gallery walk on the different gods in ancient Egypt. Very similar structure. The Egyptians made significant contribution to writing, architecture, and science, and they developed a writing system called hieroglyphics. Their architectural feats obviously included construction of the pyramids and advances in medicine and mathematics. And then station number 4, we have politics. We have our vocabulary there and the information. A series of pharaohs, considered kings and gods, ruled Egypt dynasties and families of rulers. They controlled Egypt for long periods and had a complex bureaucracy which helped manage their affairs. So my questions are, what is the role of the pharaoh and how did dynasties influence their political structure? Station number 5, we're getting close to the end of our grade, so that's economics. Then obviously I want my students to know about trade, agriculture, and the barter system, resources, and craftsmen. I have a little bit extra there about bartering. Basically, it's trading goods or services with someone without using money. Basically, you give something, you give something, you have to get something you need from another person. So it's an exchange. Um, Again, going back to geography, the Nile River is very important for this trade. And how did the barter system work in Egypt? And our station number 6 is going to be on social structure. Some key vocabulary being social classes, hierarchy, slavery, nobility, or artisans. Basically, at the top you have pharaoh and nobility, then you have priests, scribes, and artisans, and on the bottom of that pyramid being peasants and slaves of the social pyramid. What was the social hierarchy in ancient Egypt? How did they affect their roles and opportunities? And what roles did artisans and craftsmen play in the Egyptian society? And right here is just an example of a graphic organizer I might use with this Grapes Gallery walk. The only thing I might add to it is another section where students can actually add their own questions and ask their students at the end. But I like to keep it simple where students can follow along, put in the information, and then use that information to construct something, whether it be a PowerPoint, travel brochure, or even a PowerPoint, even a short skit using all this information. And if you liked this presentation or just interested in gallery walks in general and kind of want to know the more academic side of it or just get some general more information, these are all the sources I used in my presentation. And this is just the second list of references I have. More great information to use if you're interested in gallery walks. And I really appreciate you guys watching my video today. If you want information about gallery walks, or maybe you're doing something in ancient world history and you want to reach out to me and see if I have any uh, content cover any of these gallery walks, let me know. I'll gladly help you out or point you in the right direction. Thank you. Bye.